Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. I'm here today to give you my non-spoiler review of issue number 2 of the new Ben 10 comic. I'm excited to dive in, guys. Once again, like I said, no spoilers. To get right to the point, guys, I think this was a pretty solid continuation of issue 1. I still think issue 1 is a little bit better than issue 2 here, but still issue 2 delivered on some things. And there were two things specifically they did here in this issue that genuinely surprised me. I won't tell you what it is, but one thing's with Ben and one thing is with another character. The thing with Ben, I was thinking back on everything I've seen of Ben 10. I don't think we've ever seen them do this before with Ben. Maybe they have, I just don't remember. But it was surprising, but it also made sense in terms of what they showcase in issue 1. It makes sense that they went this direction in this moment with Ben at a certain point in the issue. The thing with the other character, I'm like, okay, they've taken it to this level in this part of the story. I don't think we're going to push it any further. Oh, they push it further. Holy crap. They weren't afraid. And I appreciate the boldness of them making this decision with this other character in terms of what they were willing to take this moment to. Like I said, I won't tell you what it is. Now, the army. Obviously, they were a decent part of issue 1, and that's been a big conversation piece about the army's involvement. What I will say is this. There was one aspect of the army stuff they do in issue 2 that I liked, because I think, okay, we needed this to be addressed. This needed to be said, but I feel like they spent too much time with the army stuff a little bit in issue 2 here. I feel like they spent a little too much time. I understand why they did. When you read it, you'll understand why they did it in terms of a couple of things that occur in the story in this issue. But I feel like they could have maybe bounced a little bit more to kind of focus back on Gwen, who doesn't really get a lot of like screen time or time in this issue. But the stuff that we do see of Gwen, I think, is significant. And Ben, I feel like they could have done a little bit more stuff with him too. But I think overall they try to find a fair balance of focusing on Ben's stuff and what's happening in the woods, and Max is also in the woods as well. So I think they tried their best to do a balance. I feel like they just spent a little too much time with the army stuff personally, but I get why they did. When you read it, you'll understand. But I just feel like they could have maybe just cut back just a smidge on it a little bit. The alien designs, as we've been seeing, of course, in issue 1, and we've been seeing preview images and everything, and we've seen cover art. I really like, and I keep saying shots in my reactions to reading the comics, but just the designs and the way that they're drawing these alien designs, of course, and redesigning some of them to make them a little bit different. Like the Heatblast redesign, because of course he's on the cover of issue 2, I think just the original cover as it is. I really love the redesign of Heatblast. I missed the old design, but I understand why they had to redesign it to make it look a little bit more like molten lava-esque, and I think it really works. Now, based on the ending, I'm really curious to see where we head to issue 3, because we're starting to see a shift from the original classic run. Obviously, with the army involved, that's really adding more of a shift in terms of the story, but we're starting to see a little bit of a change in pattern. So this is literally not like, they're not like adapting the majority of classic and just making a new Ben 10 comic and just changing the mind of things. They are starting to go into a different direction, and I appreciate that. So as soon as you guys can get your hands on issue 2, make sure you read it, because there are certain things you guys want to make sure you're caught up on, because, man, they are doing some crazy stuff for sure, and they're willing to go more serious. Maybe we'll get a better balance down the road in terms of like the tone and everything, because right now it's really more serious. There was one moment I did laugh because it was a little bit of a funny moment, but they really are going more serious with this, which I'm completely fine with, because it's a different take on these characters. So, you know, we obviously have more time down the road to where we can have some more levity moments. But right now, we're in the serious shit, and I think it makes sense. Obviously, once you read issue 2, you'll understand more of why we're in that kind of realm and sticking in that kind of tone. So, yeah, overall, I had a good time with issue 2. I may change my mind on it being better than issue 1, but right now I think issue 1's still a little bit better. But they both are pretty, like, solid companion pieces, obviously, back to back. And I'm really curious to see where issue 3 takes us. Like, where does the story go from here? Because that final page, I almost said frame, but the final page, I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing that. Why not? So yeah, have you read issue number 2? Or maybe, well, I'm putting this out the day before, so maybe you guys haven't. But are you guys excited? And if you do see this after reading issue 2, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or just let me know your thoughts about issue 1 overall and your hope for issue 2 as you get to going to read it. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.